the NCAA is screwed up. So who knows what's going on there? We saw the whole Rick Pitino stuff. If you guys watch Ballers, the season just ended. It's the show on HBO with The Rock. It ends with him taking on the NCAA and exposing it for, a lot of the issues that the NCAA has about how, it doesn't pay its athletes, and it's, pretty much these athletes have put in 18 years of work.
Yeah, it's basically
and they aren't able to profit off it, and the NCAA is able to make billions of dollars.
It's not slavery because they are getting their education paid for, but it's it is pretty messed up that a guy can't even make money off of his own name.
Yeah. The
whole amateur athlete angle for that.
Yeah, and I'm of the opinion that I don't think the universities should be paying the athletes. I think a free education is enough. But if you're an athlete that has market potential and you can get a shoe deal or you can do whatever and do ads and
you should be able to do it.
Video game, go ahead and do it and make that money.
Coaches who want to be you're distracting the team, you're taking attention away from the team. Dude, shut up. If he's actually hindering practice and flow of teamwork and team meetings or whatever, then yeah, you can get on to the guys hey, stop being an asshole. This isn't the you show. But if a guy is big enough, if Nasir Little or Zion could get a shoe deal, I feel like it would be wrong of Coach K to try and stop him from doing that.
Yeah, and I will say, obviously, I don't think it would be a shoe deal because a lot of the schools have their own shoe deals. But, there would obviously be marketing opportunities outside of just shoes. And maybe some schools don't have a shoe deal, or, they already have one in place with Nike. Maybe one player gets a little bit more money than,
God.
It's interesting. Another thing with the NCAA that the Tar Heels had to deal with is they tried to Roy Williams in basketball tried to schedule a game with Frank Martin and the South Carolina Gamecocks, and it would be, I believe, in Charlotte, and all the proceeds, all the profits from the game would have gone to Hurricane Florence relief, and the NCAA stepped in and they said the game is not allowed to be played because it would give an unfair advantage if the UNC and the Gamecocks played one more exhibition game than everyone else. So here we are, the NCAA steps in with their stupid rules that
just let them go scrimmage if they want to make it even. That just doesn't make any sense.
It's stupid. Yeah,
that makes no sense. Literally, the proceeds are going to a very real issue in North Carolina. We did have a hurricane. There's probably another hurricane coming.
Yeah, Hurricane Michael.
I feel like some of these organizations, like the NCAA and the NFL, I think they're just trying to get people to dislike them at this point.
They just don't care.
They don't give a shit.
They're making so much money.
Yeah.
And they don't have to pay anyone anything, and they get all these big college football
I've written papers on
deals.
Why athletes should be allowed to be paid. There's some real how much money they have on TV deals for college sports. It's absurd.
Yeah, I do think the one argument that people sort of get confused about is it is a very small percentage of athletes that would ever be able to profit go to college.
Yeah.
And I remember talking about it with a friend, but if you just look at a football team, right, and there's about 300 D1 football teams with about 100 people on each football team, and how many marketable players are there in college football at any given time that could truly make money? You could say 30. That's, what is that math? 300 times 100 divided,
Well, I just think that trying to actually give players a paycheck just wouldn't work. If you allowed schools to be able to pay players, Bama would just buy everyone.
Oh yeah,
they already do, but I feel like it would just, and then also if you try and have those salaries, you would have to pay female athletes, and those sports aren't as profitable because of Title IX. They would have to pay them, and it would just be a mess. But if you give them name rights, just simply allow them to have name rights in the NCAA.
And what I don't get too is the video game, right? Like, why would they not let them?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, people can make a video game with your exact likeness, and you get none of the profits. Like,
Yeah, but from the NCAA's perspective, that's just free advertising for them. Because then, I don't know if they're just worried about the precedent that would then set of then players. You're allowed to make money in video games, but you can't make money on shoe deals or from the university, but. And I think we will get to a time when that'll be the case, whenever that is, that there will be, like, because everyone wants to play college football again on their Xbox, or they want to play, like, I know I want to play college basketball again. I want to play as UNC. I don't want to keep playing 2K. There's, like, this patch I downloaded on 2K that, like, I played for a week.
I feel you're also more connected to the team. Like, pro teams, you're like, oh, yeah, I root for them, but, like, they're not really, like, my local team. Like, I would love to play as the Bulldogs or be able to play as the Tar Heels in football or basketball. Like, it's like there's more of a sentimentality to it.
Yeah, the game's also had a better atmosphere. They're much louder. Like, the fans are a lot louder in the game, which I enjoyed.